You're taking a live look at our next weather maker, going to be arriving a little less than 24 hours from now. And no, it's not going to be a huge impact to your Sunday. It's just our next chance for some wintry precipitation, a little bit of rain, and perhaps some slick spots for that Monday morning commute. But the good news about this is that we're not expecting heavy impacts. It's not a first alert weather day. So if you have outdoor plans for Sunday, while it's not necessarily going to be comfortable outside, you will be battling just the slimmest chances for some light rain, maybe some snow, depending on where you are. I'd say your outdoor plans will go on just fine. Not necessarily going to be great, but not going to be too messy. But we do have some greater snow chances later on this week. If you have any questions about this forecast throughout the live stream, we'll go ahead and talk about them throughout it. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about those headlines, because yeah, we do have a chance for snow tomorrow, but like I will mention time and time again, the chance for that and the impact it has really gone down like a good amount since we first started talking about it. I believe Wednesday of this last week was when it was put on our radar. It has backed off a good amount. Great news for the plans. Light wintry mix possible on Sunday. Yeah, a little bit of snowy accumulations possible. Light. We're talking maybe a quarter of an inch in spots. I'll show you which spots could see that coming up in just a few minutes. And then with that swath of wintry mix, the light wintry mix, I should say, we're going to be pulling on in colder air once again, colder than what we've been seeing the last few days. So bitter cold mornings return. We're talking the teens once again. And then our eyes are on Thursday of this upcoming week. We got some new information about that late week forecast, and you're going to want to pay attention if you have plans for Thursday and maybe even Friday, especially Friday morning, for the road conditions. Whereas right now it's just cold. It's calm though. We'll take it. Great. The better day out of the two for sure. 34 here in Cincinnati. A slight breeze from the south makes it feel like 28 degrees. And visibility hasn't been perfect, and it's not going to be perfect until we're able to get rid of the snow. We're just seeing some light misty fog hanging around those snowpacks around the tri-state. Now temperatures, we have not been able to climb back into the 40s for days now, at least here in Cincinnati. Some of us have gotten very close, if not into around that 40-degree range, but many of us are around that freezing point. Falmouth, you got Connorsville, Wilmington, all at 32 degrees right now. And again, the winds are adding that extra bite. Feels like 28 in around the Burlington area where the international airport is, and the coldest wind chill right now is out in West Union at 25 degrees. So getting you out the door for your evening plans. Those clouds sticking around, of course you can't really see them because the sun is down, but with the clouds sticking around, they kind of act like a blanket in which it keeps the heat in. Warmer temperatures in. It's going to allow temperatures to fall just a bit, but it's not going to be too dramatic. We're waking up tomorrow morning in the middle to upper 20s. And the clouds are working in our favor because of that. But again, not too far away is that chance for some wintry mix. And you notice here that center of low pressure, as it gets closer, one, you're going to notice the breezes kick up a little bit, but it's going to pull in the chance for some rain and some snow. That's why it's a light wintry mix for Sunday. It's also going to be pulling in moisture that is going to be fueling this, which is a little bit of fog on Sunday morning. Again, this is mainly where we've got the snowpack because we have warm air traveling over that icy, snowy surface, and that's how we see fog development. So like this morning and like the last couple of mornings, a little bit of fog out there. Could be dense in spots depending on how quickly we see those temperatures start to drop. Now tomorrow, we do have some snow coming in the morning north of Cincinnati, and then we're seeing those temperatures stay nice and chilly throughout the afternoon, but some of us could get into that 40-degree range. Can't rule it out, of course, but most of us will struggle to get there with the clouds sticking around and the chance for some precip, which is a 30%. It's very light. We backed this off a lot. That's, of course, a good change in the forecast for your outdoor plans, but giving you the first alert on the mid to late week in which we're seeing some stronger signals. I mean, we were watching Sunday for our next chance, and it's still our next chance. It's just always been pretty light in our forecast, whereas Wednesday and Thursday, I'm seeing some stronger signals, maybe an inch or two of snow in that forecast for Thursday. And I will say Wednesday looks like mainly rain. So here's your first alert weather timeline, that is. Again, clouds tonight. We've seen the clouds all day today. You'll see them all night tonight. It keeps temperatures from getting too cold. It'll still be cold though. Now, rolling through early Sunday, notice the snow just barely barely clips our very northernmost counties. So Fayette, Union, Franklin, Butler counties, maybe some light snow Sunday morning, but that's it. Most of the heavy snow, if not all of it, is going to be far north of the tri-state. We're still going to notice the winds kicking up though. Maybe some late flurries sticking around. Not the best day to be outside, but at least the chance for active showers has really backed off. Now, I want you to pay attention as we head overnight into your Monday, in which we're going to see a little bit of snow popping off ahead of a cold front, which means Monday morning, not only are we tracking a little bit of snow south of the Ohio River, you see it right there, it's also going to be breezy, windy maybe, depends on that cold front how strong it is, right? And so with the winds whipping around, with the snow falling, visibility will be reduced for that Monday morning commute, and while accumulations aren't looking too heavy at all, pretty minor, some of us, the untreated roads will prove hazardous Monday morning, and then the rest of the day does look much better. Let's talk about the snowfall totals, shall we? So again, Sunday morning, barely clipping our northern counties. Most of us throughout the day on Sunday not going to see any snowy accumulation at all. Light wintry mix is possible, maybe some light rain too, but that's really it. As far as snowfall, we're not going to be adding much to what's on the ground at all. And then Monday morning, those south of Cincinnati, south of the Ohio River as well, going to be seeing around 1/4 inch of snowfall. That's going to be affecting for some of us Monday morning commute, the ride into school. Keep this in mind and watch this forecast because, of course, like we have been the last few days, really stressing that forecasts like this can change pretty quickly. And this is no different, even though this is forecast to happen a little less than 2 days from now. So just watching Monday morning, and then behind it, it's going to be pretty cold. Monday afternoon only reaching 32 degrees, and then the 40s. Still forecasting that for Wednesday of this upcoming week, but I do want to give you the first alert that while Wednesday is going to be one of the warmest days out of the next 10 days, if not the warmest, it's going to be rainy. Lightly rainy, but it's going to be pretty wet outside. And then as temperatures tumble, it's going to pull in the much colder temperatures, and we're seeing a good chance for some snow stepping into that late week forecast. The timing of this has changed. We've been talking about it mainly being Friday morning. Well, now it's bumping up to Thursday, which means Thursday afternoon, evening into Friday morning, we're watching out for some snow. Temperatures, of course, going to be pretty cold with the snow sticking around too. And that's the afternoon. The mornings are going to be especially cold. We're not shaking these below average temperatures anytime soon. In fact, I'd say Wednesday's the most normal day in which we're waking up in the upper 20s and we're only warming up to the low 40s. And then we go right back into those teen morning temperatures. Say that 5 times really fast. Okay, we'll see if we have any questions rolling on in. Seth's tuning in. Hi, Erin. How are you doing on a Saturday night? I usually go swimming in the indoor pool sometimes. That's good. Don't go swimming outside in this weather. It's not the best weather for swimming. I'm doing really well, Seth. Thanks for tuning in as always. And Javier's tuning in. Thanks for keeping us informed. Of course, whenever the forecast changes, you guys will be the first to know, even if we were forecasting maybe 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch of snow. Of course, the forecast has changed, and I'm happy to be the bearer of hopefully some good news, unless you've been wanting the snow. But if you want the snow, I do have some better news for you. I'm seeing snowy signals moving in late Wednesday into Thursday, and that'll continue through Friday. Of course, so we're going to see some breaks in that forecast. It's not going to be snowing every single hour for 3 days straight, but it's going to be unsettled and it's going to be cold for that late week forecast. So snow lovers, you have a better chance of seeing that later on this week. Whereas tomorrow, it's a light chance, a light wintry mix. Yeah, it's more so a nuisance. It's not going to impact you too much. Watch out Monday morning, though. South of the Ohio River, an early snow chance can catch a lot of people off guard, especially coming back from the weekend. It's also going to be cold outside of any snow. I mean, the widespread impact is always going to be the cold this time of year. And this week is no different. We're waking up to 20 degrees here in Cincinnati Monday morning. Slightest wind, which it's going to be breezy. You can expect wind chills to be dropping into the low teens Monday morning. And then Tuesday morning, that's the coldest one, single-digit wind chills. Mostly cloudy behind it. A noticeable warm-up. Low 40s on Wednesday. It's like summer compared to what we've been in, right? But 42, that's very normal for this time of year. The average high is right in the middle to low 40s. Light rain to snow. So I'm not seeing a big old washout sort of day on Wednesday, but it's going to be cloudy. It's going to be a little misty with the rain. And then, of course, as temperatures fall later on in the evening, any rain that we do still have hanging around will transition into snow. And then Thursday's when we see accumulating snow coming on in. And that's because temperatures are cold enough to sustain it. And then the coldest temperatures in that 10-day forecast do return for next weekend. So if you are holding on to your tickets for the Bengals game, I mean, Bengals Sunday, that looks great. It's cold though. I mean, it's a December game. You should know this when you have bought the tickets, but 34, your forecast high for the next Bengals home game. Now is the time to start planning that outfit with not one, not two, but maybe 3 layers. Because, I mean, 34, if you're standing by the Ohio River, it's going to be windy. No, it's just not going to be great outside, but at least no snow in the forecast. And then we do see even colder temperatures settling on in for that next work week, which I have to look. We're going to be talking about Christmas sometime soon. I just want to make sure that it's not, we still got like a little less than 3 weeks till Christmas. Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on it, you guys. Okay, let's see if we have any questions right now. Darla's tuning in. Hi, Erin. Is it too early to tell if we'll have any snow for Christmas? I mean, yes, the answer is it's too early to tell if we're going to have snow on Christmas Day, but we can look at long-term trends and really sit here and be like, okay, as we approach Christmas, what do the chances of above normal temps look like versus below normal temps? Same thing with the chance for rain and snow. Is it going to be a little wetter than normal or maybe a little bit lower than normal? So let's actually, Darla, this is a segue into what I want to show you guys next, which is starting to get into Christmas travel territory. This is going to be that first full third week of December. I just had to make sure I had it lined up in my brain. The full week before Christmas, temperatures look below normals. Shocker? It's not shocking. We've been below normal all month so far. And then to look at the chances for some snow, maybe some rain, it looks like we're on the cusp of near normal. So that means we'll receive some rain, but maybe not a lot. But then the beige that you see there is slightly leaning below normal. So what's good is that I'm not seeing the green. So if you're traveling early for Christmas, of course, this doesn't include Christmas Day necessarily or Christmas Eve, but if you're traveling in the days prior, it looks like most of the United States will be looking at below normal precipitation, which means below normal rain, below normal snow, or a combination of both. Okay, no other questions coming on in right now. So yeah, as much as we talk about the holidays, I do want to give you guys that reminder that winter is not too far away. It starts 2 weeks from tomorrow. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. I made the graphic, but 15, I was like, okay, -1, 14, that's 2 weeks from tomorrow. That's crazy, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm talking out loud here. But winter starts 2 weeks from tomorrow, and we're already feeling like it for sure. Christmas is just under 3 weeks away, and that means 2026 is just under 4 weeks away. Can't believe it. All right, thank you guys so much for tuning in this Saturday evening. I know it's big in sports, so I appreciate you guys taking the time. We, of course, on Fox 19 are going to be hosting that Big 12 or Big 10, God, don't quote me on that, Big 10 championship game going on tonight at 8 o'clock, Indiana and Ohio State. And, I mean, it's my job to be watching the weather. I'll be watching the game, so... and then we'll, of course, be on right after the game. And I'll have the latest information for you guys about the chances for snow tomorrow versus the greater chances for snow later on this week. That's all coming up tonight after the big game. But, of course, you can follow me on all of the social media to my right to get the latest information. I'm pretty active on all of them, especially Facebook and Instagram, but I post some little exclusive content and reels on TikTok as well. So give me a follow. I would really appreciate it. But for now, signing off here in Queensgate, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley. Have a great rest of your Saturday and stay safe.